Hi, I'm Steve the Tricky Twister, and this is a Scooby Doo themed balloon tutorial. These are all the balloons you will need. You also need a pump and some balloon pens. But wait, how do you make this balloon? Let's go back around 20 minutes to when this balloon was born. So to start with, we're going to make the balloon bone. You need a white 260 and you inflate this, leaving a 4-finger tail. Let some air out of the balloon before you tie the knot. We're going to measure approximately a 10-finger bubble, and we're going to turn this bubble into a fold bubble. That's where you fold it in half and twist it on itself. Pass the knot through the middle to secure it in place. Make a second 10-finger fold bubble, and if you can see the knot, pass this through this second bubble to secure it. Now we're going to measure a 13-finger bubble. This is going to be for the middle of the bone. And now you make another 10-finger fold bubble and pass the balloon through to secure it in place. Lastly, we make another 10-finger fold bubble and pass the end of the balloon through this one to secure it in place. We're going to tie and trim off the end now. And you have finished making the bone. Next we're going to use a brown 350. Inflate this balloon, leaving a 5-finger tail. Let some air out of the balloon before you tie the knot. Measure an 8-finger bubble and now measure a 3-finger pinch twist. Another 8-finger bubble and secure this to the front of the balloon. Just take the knot tail end, wrap it around and pass it through the bubbles to secure. Now we're going to place the balloon bone on top of these 2 bubbles you've just made and pass the main balloon over the bone. You're going to measure around a 9-finger bubble, 10-finger bubble, and then twist this to the pinch twist. This forms the muzzle. I'm going to put on the dog's nose. Inflate a black 350 and push the air to the end of the balloon. You're going to make around about a 3-finger bubble. Twist this and tie it off. Now we're going to tie this nose bubble onto the muzzle. And trim off any loose ends. Position the nose by pushing it into the bubbles. Now we're going to measure an 8-finger bubble followed by a 3-finger pinch twist, followed by a second 8-finger bubble. Now if you run out of balloon, it's very simple. Take another 350, inflate it, and we're going to tie it on to continue with the model. So make a tail in the previous balloon and then tie the second balloon on. Trim off any loose ends and continue by twisting the 8-finger bubble onto the pinch twist. Measure an 8-finger bubble and twist it to the nearest pinch twist, which is on the top of the head. Make another 8-finger bubble and twist this to the nearest pinch twist, which is just by the muzzle. Position the best 2 looking bubbles to the front. That is the dog's head. Take a brown 350 and inflate, leaving a 3-finger tail. Let some air out before you tie the knot, and then squeeze all the air along the balloon. Tie the ends together and then you're going to twist the balloon in half into 2 equal bubbles. Push these twists together and we're going to form the balloon into a figure 8. Wrap the knot around to secure the balloon. Those are the ears. Twist the ears onto the top of the head, using that pinch twist to secure them. If you do have any loose ends, you can always push them into the bubbles that form the head. Now, to make the dog look less startled, you're going to curve the ears slightly downwards. Unless you want the dog to look startled, then you can curve the ears slightly upwards. Inflate a brown 350, leaving a 5-finger tail. Let some air out before you tie the knot. We're going to measure a 5-finger bubble for the neck. This is followed by a 3-finger pinch twist. We're going to tie on this second balloon. To do this, first of all, measure a 14-finger bubble. Tie on the second balloon. And then trim this remainder away. Again, trimming off any loose ends. Measure a second 14 finger bubble and twist it onto the front pinch twist. Measure a 16 finger bubble and twist it onto the opposite end of the previous bubbles. To secure the tail, make a 2-finger pinch twist. You can push the air along the balloon and curve it to form a good shape for the tail. That's the body. Inflate a brown 350, leaving a 5-finger tail. Let some air out of the balloon if you didn't quite get the tail right, and then tie a knot. Make a 3-finger pinch twist. This is followed by a 10-finger fold bubble. Pass the knot through the bubble to secure it. Then make a 5-finger bubble, followed by another 3-finger pinch twist, and then lastly another 10-finger fold bubble. Trim off the end, tie a knot, and you can pass the tail through the balloon to secure it. Again, trim off any loose ends. We're going to repeat this again. So take a brown 350, inflate leaving a 5-finger tail, let some air out before you tie the knot, make a 3-finger pinch twist, followed by a 10-finger fold bubble, pass the knot through to secure it, make a 5-finger bubble, followed by a 3-finger pinch twist, and then a final 10-finger fold bubble. Let the air out of the bubble, tie a knot and trim off any loose ends. That's the paws. Inflate a brown 350, leaving a 5-finger tail. Let some air out before you tie the knot. We're going to measure the legs. First of all, twist the end of the balloon to one of the paws. Hold it up to your model to gauge how long you would like the feet or the legs to be. Mine's going to be around about a 12-finger bubble for this one. So measure your 12-finger bubble and twist, and then twist this onto the neck pinch twist. Make sure you position the paws so they're facing forward. Measure another 12-finger bubble. Let the air out of the end and tie a knot. And then twist this tail to the second paw. Tie off, trim off any loose ends. You can slightly curve the legs outwards. This gives him a more casual stance. We're going to repeat this again for the back legs. Inflate a brown 350, leave a 5-finger tail, let some air out before you tie the knot. Twist the knot to one of the paws, measure a 12-finger bubble, and twist this onto the tail pinch twist. Position the paws so they're facing forward. Measure another 12-finger bubble. Twist it onto the pinch twist of the second paw. You can then let the air out of the remaining balloon, tie a knot and trim off any loose ends. Again, curve the legs slightly to give him a more casual stance. That's the dog's body. We're going to add the collar, so inflate a yellow 160. Inflate it about 3/4. Let some air out and tie off the balloon. Measure around the dog's neck to get an idea of where you'd like the collar to sit. Hold that position. Mine is around about a 19-finger bubble. So twist a 19-finger bubble. Tie a knot, trim off the end but leave a tail. Place this around the dog's neck and tie the ends together. Trim off one of the tails, but do leave a tail as we're going to connect the dog's tag. For the dog's tag, inflate a pale blue 160, around about halfway, tie the end, and we're going to make 8 1-finger bubbles. Eight 1-finger bubbles, tie the ends together, then release the air from the remainder of the balloon. Now we're going to pinch twist the first bubble. If you've got a knot there, you can twist it around to secure it, and then trim off any loose ends. Now we're going to pinch twist every other bubble. So leave a bubble, then pinch twist. Leave a bubble, then pinch twist the next. Leave a bubble and pinch twist the next one. That is how you make the dog's tag. Using the tail left on the yellow 160, twist this around the top pinch twist of your tag. Once it's secure, just trim off any loose ends. That's the collar. We're going to draw on the features now. I use a black Pentel Maxiflo white board marker. So draw on the eyes, and of course you can get as artistic as you like. There's the eyebrows. Now draw on the pupils. The good thing about this Maxiflo pen is that if the balloon does pop, the ink will not come off onto clothing. It's like a rubber based pen. Draw on the whiskers. Now I colour in the pupils with a white board marker as well. Again, this is a rubber kind of based pen. And that finishes off your Scooby Doo themed balloon. What a good boy. And a good dog as well. No, 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 this is not good. No, no, no.